Derek, thanks for joining us live on Premier Sports. Where do you start with that game? What's your emotions and what's your overall thoughts?
Okay, you know, you've been around the game long enough, Chris. Sometimes you just need to find a way to win these games. You know, the game is frantic. The wind doesn't help both sets of players. It adds to the hurly-burly nature of the whole game. Two teams playing a different system, so the game at times was quite open in the build in terms of trying to work into wider areas. I didn't think we put the ball in the box enough, despite the conditions. I thought we worked it in the decent areas in the first half, but we were reluctant to put the ball in, and we needed to show more of ourselves. And you know, sometimes in these games, you know, the game kind of peters out. You hope the changes you make can maybe add something just to try and get a wee bit more attacking threat. But you'd have to say we got away with one with Boyle hitting the bar. But other than that, you know, I thought we dealt with a lot of Hibs long throws and the kind of the balls into the box, which we had plenty of, and we had to deal with that. But we weren't really connecting our game enough and being positive enough in the final third that we felt totally sure we were going to win. But it just shows you, we keep the ball alive, we feed to be Kajota. Kajota puts a lovely weighted cross in. It's just enough for the keeper not to come, and Halkett, Craig Halkett sees the flight of the ball. He's as good as anybody in the league at seeing the flight of the ball early, and he headed a great header to get the scenes at the end, and it's brilliant just to win a game, and particularly this one. You know, we know how important it is for everybody. But we've had 7 league games now and 3 last minute winners. It says a lot about the team, that as you know. So it was a tight game. We found a way to win it. We weren't brilliant today. We probably weren't as good as we've been. And I think a combination of Hibs set up and how Hibs played and Hibs good level of players and the conditions, we just weren't quite there, and just glad we managed to get the 3 points.
You mentioned ahead of the game about how important your subs could be, and you mentioned the cross from Kajota making the difference. That just shows you, yes, you have a strong 11 to start, but you've got depth throughout.
We went a wee bit braver, to be honest, because obviously Harry Milne's a wing back on that side, and we were keen to get Harry, at least for part of the game, as that raiding fullback and try and get a bit of joy and kind of make some hay on this side. But what we did do was we went Steinwender and Kajota, and we asked Michael to be outside fullback come wing back and just free up Kajota to play against Iredale. So we took a wee bit of a kind of positive calculated risk there on that one. And Kajota comes up with the goods. You know, you want your wide players to have that influence, and as you said there, you know, the subs, I think Cabangu forces the issue initially to get the first, to keep the game alive in that area of the pitch. So I've got good subs and good squad. I've got good players, and they want to win here, and they're desperate to do well. And you see that connection with the fans here at the end. Tynecastle at that, it's hard not to enjoy that.
Now, I know you don't like talking about titles, and it is very premature after 7 games, but it's hard not to understand the fans' excitement and their optimism, not just for now, but for the future.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement from the get-go, from the Tony Bloom investment. And obviously, James Anderson's been a huge contributor for us as a club, and we've got a good board, solid footing, and everybody's quite excited about that. But you'd have to accept, from our point of view, from the professional point of view, we are only 7 games in, and we just need to concentrate each game as it comes, you know. And I do think that once you get round the second round of fixtures, it's normally a good indication of where all teams are going to be, and it's too early to make any judgments whether teams are doing poorly or like ourselves doing well at the minute. But listen, we're enjoying it. Fans can get excited, and why not? Why would we not encourage that and tap into that? But I'm enjoying working with the players. I still think there's more to come. I think we can better what we were today, but we've still got that mentality to win games. And the Premier League's so tough to win back-to-back games. You see so many draws in the league because there's no lot between a lot of the teams. And having that strength of depth, that bit of quality can help. So it's three wins in a row, 3 clean sheets in a row. We've had a lot of plaudits for our attacking play, but 1-0 was enough today, and thankfully we can enjoy the night now.
And you keep up your remarkable record of never losing against Hibs as a home manager. Now, if that doesn't endear you to the Hearts fans even more, what is?
I don't think anybody was too interested in that stat from Hearts until we won. But obviously it's nice to keep that. It's mad that how you've got certain teams that you do particularly well against, some not so well. So yeah, really pleased. We can enjoy the international break. We'll get 1 or 2 back from injury, I think, and getting closer for the Kilmarnock game. But I think for now the players have earned a couple of days off, and we'll be ready when that comes round against Stephen.
Derek, thanks very much for your time. Congratulations.